So Grand Challenges is a programme here at the University of Exeter, which is a week-long summer programme in which students focus on a range of grand challenges that impact them as people in the world today. So that might vary from environmental sustainability through to fashion ethics. And the Arts and Culture team has been asked to create 4 unique projects that contribute to the 4 themes of Grand Challenges. So the first project is on the theme of no health without mental health, and is led by Laura Griffiths, who works in our grounds team here at the university. And what they are doing is working with St Sidwell's Community Centre to create a sensory garden for people suffering with sensory difficulties.
The students have been really great. They all have different attributes and strengths, so they all bring something different to the project. They're also really keen and committed, and they've done loads of great problem solving, and they just work really hard and they're really enjoying themselves and learning lots of new skills.
So I'm Molly, I'm doing the Sensory Garden project for the Grand Challenges at Exeter University for the No Health Without Mental Health. I've really enjoyed working on the project. It's really nice to do some hands-on work in the garden and sort of get away from the work and meet really nice people doing it together. It's nice.
It's really good for them to mix with people that are in the community and perhaps aren't as fortunate as people that are able to go to university. So I think it's really beneficial for them.
So the second project is led by an artist called CARTWRIGHT, and she is focusing on the subject of fashion ethics. And she'll be working with students across the university looking at the impact of ethics on fashion, and this will culminate in an exhibition in May.
As I stand in a mirror, I trace around an item of clothing, and it gives an opportunity to talk about where our clothes come from.
I thought it was interesting because it certainly does make you, when you look at it and it gets drawn for you, you start to think how it's made up and how it's created.
It was really fun, a little bit daunting having my picture taken and things, but yeah, really enlightening.
I'm enjoying finding out what Exeter students are wearing and what they think about their clothes, and they've got the opportunity to find out some more information if they want to.
And the third project is being led by an artist called CULHANE and is on the subject of food for thought. And Anne-Marie will be investigating food sustainability and foraging, working with students on a range of activities.
And the event is around bringing up questions around food purchasing and food ethics and decisions we make around the foods that we eat. And it's supposed to be fun and engaging for all members of the university and anyone else who's in the university to take part in.
If you try and talk to most people about sustainability and stuff like that, they kind of think it's pretty dry, it's not the most exciting topic, but if you compare things like hula hooping or, you know, wafting paper fish around, it makes it a lot more exciting and kind of engages people a bit more.
The hula hooping game, which has been really popular, is around balancing those 3 ethics. So when you're making decisions, can you take all those ethics into consideration? And people are getting the chance to have a go with 3 hula hoops and try and balance them all at the same time. And also they're working as groups, so they might have one of those hoops each which represents one of those ethics. And maybe they can keep them in the air for longer if they're working as a group.
And our final project is being led by builder Kevin MCCABE, and he will be working with students and the community looking at the issues of building and materials, and will be building his own cob seat here on campus at the university.
Cob is a mixture of subsoil, which must contain some clay and other particles, you know, getting a bit bigger than clay, and straw. And what makes a cob is the technique for building, which is you know, it's saturated in water and the straw holds it together.
Oh, I think it's so interesting because it's not related to my major, so I find it so much fun and learn something new.
I think it's a good thing. I think it's a nice way to bring the community into the university, because obviously
there's bound to be a slight divide. There's obviously thousands of students here, and the community is obviously going to be quite distant from that. But any opportunity to bring them in, I think it's a really good thing.
It's exhausting, but really fun to play with all the clay.
Really interesting.
So the importance of working with these 4 artists on these 4 projects is really for students and the wider community to understand the impact of these issues that they're investigating. And finally, we like to think that there's a lasting legacy to the work that we're doing here. So students and the wider community will be able to benefit from the COB seat on campus here, and at St Sidwell's, that is used by a range of vulnerable children and young people and adults. They will be able to really benefit from the community garden that hopefully will be there for years to come.